action on ground needed to tackle malnutrition. So Global Hunger Index report was been released. So this Global Hunger Index report you can add to your answer of food security, hunger, malnutrition. It might be anthropology or sociology or general studies. So how we have to link? First, I will tell you the facts. Then I will be going into the linking of your question. Hunger, the distress associated with lack of sufficient calories. Food Agriculture Organization defines food deprivation or undernourishment as the consumption of too few calories to provide the minimum amount of dietary energy that each individual requires to live a healthy, productive life, given that person's sex, age, stature, and physical activity level. So, which is satisfactory to the individual. Quantitatively insufficient and qualitatively inferior will result in malnutrition, and quantitatively insufficient will lead to hunger. Goes beyond calories and signifies deficiencies in or all the following energy, nutrition, essential vitamins, and minerals. Malnutrition, both undernutrition and overnutrition, both are called as malnutrition. Problems caused by deficiencies, problems caused by unbalanced diet, such as consuming too many calories in relation to requirements, with or without low intake of micronutrients rich foods. How are the global hunger indexes calculated? By three parameters: inadequate food supply, child mortality, child nutrition. And the measurements are undernourishment, mortality, stunting, and wasting. Using three-step process that draws on available data from various sources. One is inadequate food supply, child mortality, and child undernutrition. We will be measuring the global hunger index. For in each country, values are determined for four indicators: undernourishment, child wasting, child stunting, and child mortality. What is undernourishment? The share of the population that is undernourished, whose calorie intake is insufficient, is called as undernourished. Child wasting, whose low weight for their height reflecting acute undernutrition, means the weight will not be according to the height, it is called as wasting. Stunting, low height for their age reflecting chronic undernutrition, their height will not be according to the age. Mortality, where the death of the individual will be happening. Second, each of the four components indicator is given a standardized score on a 100-point scale based on highest observed level for the indicator on a global scale in recent decades. This is a previous question also. Third, standardized scores are aggregated to calculate the global hunger index for each country with three dimensions: inadequate food supply, child mortality, child undernutrition. See, child undernutrition, child mortality, inadequate food supply. These are the three dimensions, which is composed equally of child stunting and child wasting. A look at the last round of National Family Survey in 2015-16 corroborates this as to show the countries showing on parameters of wasted and severely wasted children and worsened. The recently released Global Hunger Index, which ranked India on the 94th spot among 107 countries. So, in October month, this October 2020 Global Hunger Index report was been released, which mentioned India at the rank of 94. Score is 27.2. Whereas in 2019 it is 102, now it is 94. Okay, it's better performing it is. But here it is only 107 countries, in 2019 it is 117 countries. Yes. Deepa Bajaj, chief executive of an NGO called the Child Survival India, said budgetary allocation is the best solution for malnutrition, and the government of India had allocated 35,600 for nutrition related programs in 2020 and 2021. So hence the sustainable development goals can also lead towards good nutrition facilities. States where the percentage of under 5 children who are stunted, an indicator of malnutrition, was significantly higher than the national average, where Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, and Meghalaya are underperforming than the national average. Bihar, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh also fared poorly than the already critical national average of 35.8% of children under 5 are who are underweight. So, yes, 56.8. The four poorest states, Bihar, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh, are still home to 196 million people. Over half of the are multidimensional in poverty index. Health and educationally also underperforming. Worst Bihar, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh. Best Kerala, Delhi, Punjab. Living standard worst Bihar, Jammu and Kashmir, Madhya Pradesh. Best Kerala, Delhi, Punjab and Tamil Nadu. So these all are indicators with respect to best performance. Governments in high burden states like Bihar, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra must collaborate on various common parameters to address the issue. Malnutrition can be controlled not only by the intake of foods but also by ensuring that infections like diarrhea are prevented or treated at an early stage. Tribal areas and malnutrition states. Tribal areas and malnutrition states with significant tribal population like Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Odisha, and Chhattisgarh fared poorly in terms of stunting, wasting, severely wasting, and children being underweight. With 40.6% of ST's population living below the poverty line as compared to 20.5% of the non-tribal population, as documented by the 2011 census, malnutrition is worse among tribal children. Add this point to your answer of tribal India of paper 2 anthropology. Compulsory one question is coming in GS1 of GS general studies also. Add this point. So there are some NGOs. Write about some of the NGOs like Akshay Patra, world's largest NGO run day midday meal program, serving wholesome school lunch to over 1.76 billion children in schools across India. Avanta Foundation fighting malnutrition in Bihar. Nutrition Cine in India. Salam Balak Trust Health and Nutrition. Hunger Project India, Hunger Project. Cry NGO in India to support child rights. Care India. These are the NGOs working against malnutrition. Thank you.